Hi, my name's Nigel. I am the singer and songwriter of the Plymouth UK-based indie funk band The Curve, and this is my podcast, Songs Nobody Asked Me For. I'm getting that more off pat now, do you not think? Really sort of starting to get into this place with that. I thought I'd just, this is a little confession really, but it was also just like a curiosity. The confession is, I shouldn't say this on this podcast because it should be sort of the end of me, what I'm doing here, but I went to see a tribute band last night and I enjoyed it. And, I feel like I've got that out there. I can sort of talk some more really. And I think the thing with it is that, I'm doing this podcast because I have a particular direction and particular belief, particular experiences, and I'm passionate about original music, and I'm saddened by the loss of original music out there in the world at the moment. In my view, or in my position of this, there's always original music around, but at grassroots level, trying to promote that, trying to push it's hard. You know, this is what my podcast is about. It doesn't mean that I can't appreciate and understand why people do something, even though it wouldn't be for me. And I really thought, I've talked a lot about this idea of like a creative artist and a skilled artistic musician, if you like, and the skills that are involved in this and the skills that are involved in that. They both have equal different types of skills, and sometimes they cross over and sometimes they don't. It's just my way of trying to make sense of things as I'm journeying through this. So I watched, the trouble is, I don't know if you're a musician, you may do this anyway, that I struggle as well. When I go and see bands, I'm often looking at them. I really enjoy music and I can get a lot out of it. And I love when I can just watch musicians play and just really sort of, appreciate what they're doing. But I can also look at with a sort of critical eye. I can look I'm always looking at what people are doing rather than just enjoying the music. So I'm not always very good at just letting myself go and thinking, I'm going to go for this, enjoy it, get into it, because I watch what people are doing. But so the tribute band I went to were a band, it was a Bruce Springsteen tribute act called Bruce Juice. They were really good. I mean, the guy who was the singer, wow. I mean, there's got to be something around this idea of how you might have a likeness to somebody. That's one thing, but then how you maybe learn to sing like them and then perform like them, and it's incredible, really. He was really good. Really good. And I wouldn't, criticize them in any way. The energy there. He was just his movement, the way he was moving with his guitar, everything he was doing was kind of Bruce, I think I went because it was a less obvious tribute act to go to. I don't see many Bruce Springsteen tribute acts around, and had good reviews. And one of the things they talked about was the idea that what they wanted to do was, rather than recreate, what's on vinyl there, they were trying to focus on different performances that Bruce Springsteen had done at different periods of time, and try to recreate, a 1986 tour or a 1979 tour sound of a particular track or thing. And that really interested me because I thought, okay, I get that, because there's something maybe a little bit more varied in that and how you might work that out. And then I was kind of watching it and thinking, and obviously people are into it, and it's great. And I was into it, I enjoyed it. I was with some friends, my wife, and I enjoyed it. But I was like partly watching it, partly trying to think about some of the things I've been talking about here, really, and what I've been saying, I believe here, and think about, and trying to imagine what it was like to be in that band playing that. And obviously it's a lot of fun. It looks like, it's full of energy, really amazing musicians, and they're creating something there. But I wondered if it was a little bit like being in a play. This is the way I came into my head of thinking that you're playing a character. So that maybe when we're on stage, maybe I am playing a character. I'm playing a persona of me. But essentially I'm presenting me to the world. I'm kind of saying, look, here's me, and this is my music, and maybe some of this is what I think about, or what I'm considering, or is on my mind. And here's where we might go. And for the guys in the band, maybe it's kind of, we're doing this, and then we can edge off into a different place and we can move back. Or if we're in a rehearsal, we're not looking to hone something down to be exactly like this. we're trying to hone something down to be the best it could be, or a variety, or a variation of what it might be. They're two different things. So maybe it's like being in a play, like if you're playing Romeo in a play, or if you're playing, I was thinking of The Mousetrap by Agatha Christie. It's been going on for a very long time. People recreate those roles again and again and again. And so, I mean, maybe that's really obvious. You're putting on a performance, which is, I am putting on a performance of being this person, sounding like this person, playing this person's music. And maybe that's what that is, because I guess great actors do that, don't they? They kind of, but then maybe they interpret stuff as well, I was just thinking then of, I don't know, various people who played Hamlet. You could think of Laurence Olivier would have played Hamlet, David Tennant's played Hamlet, I think Patrick Stewart's played, I think all these different people, and they do the same thing, but an interpretation of it. I don't know. So I really, really appreciated and valued the skill involved and the passion in creating live music in a way that someone else did it exactly in a way that people love. That's usually successful. That works, really. It wouldn't be for me. And I suppose that's this, isn't it? It wouldn't be for me because I'm trying to create my own direction of something that I'm doing that sort of is unique to me. I couldn't do that if I was doing that. I'm not good enough guitarist. I don't know if I'd sing like. I don't think I could sing like anybody. So maybe it just wouldn't have been an option for me. I mean, I can be in a covers band. The covers band is so there are three different things, aren't there? There's original music, covers band, tribute act. And I guess in a covers band you could play covers, and maybe you could bring a couple of both things in. You have your ability to do your own interpretations of things, and possibly, I don't want to say it's easier. It's just different. I've seen a variety of cover bands, and I've seen really good ones and really bad ones. And we played somewhere, a festival, last year, and John, who always worries about these things, we had a covers band on before we were playing, and he said, "Oh no, we're screwed, because everyone's going to have been into these covers." But they were awful. They really weren't very good. And even though they finished with Sweet Caroline, and we're thinking, because everybody's going to join in with this, and people did, and people really loved what we did. We got a lot of warm appreciation when we played, and people seemed to be enjoying it, and it was great, But had they been a really good covers band, I think we might have been in trouble. Might have been a bit in trouble. And I have seen, when we've been playing, really amazing covers bands. But a tribute band is something else, isn't it? Because you really have to live that part. The lead singer was amazing. I really can't say. And I guess the other thing then is you've got all the other people don't play the parts. They play the music that accompanies the part. So maybe you have the lead singer who looks the part, sounds the part, dresses the part. I mean, he had the same, pretty much similar guitar. He was dressing the same, the black, the waistcoats, the body movements were the same. But if you saw the guitarist, or you saw the sax player, or the bass guitarist, absolutely nothing like the original people. But obviously they're emulating the sound. So I don't know, is that like having the actor and the orchestra joining together? Because it must be focused on that one person. Because the likelihood of you having a tribute band in which you manage to find someone who looks like everybody in the band, it makes me think of Bjorn again. I've seen them very many years ago, and they're great, an amazing act. But I mean, how lucky to find these people that, relatively speaking, look like or can look like the original people. Because of course, I guess for the women, if you're one of you is blonde and one of you is brunette, and you're a certain shape, you could probably at a distance get away with looking exactly the same. Of course, you don't look exactly the same. Nobody does. I'm trying to think who else I've seen. A couple of months ago, my wife and I are big Joni Mitchell fans, and we saw her. I wish I could remember their name, because I'd like to give people a big up here, and I've really enjoyed them. Maybe I'll put it wherever you're watching it. Maybe if it's on YouTube, I might put a link to them below. But we saw a Joni Mitchell tribute act. In fact, I'm going to pause and I'm going to find it, because it seems fair, to sort of credit somebody. And the minute I came off here, I suddenly thought they're called Hegira, and which is Well, it's actually the first album of Joni Mitchell's I ever heard, and it's my favourite Joni Mitchell album. One of my favourite albums of all time, actually, because I just think it's pretty amazing. Um, and I'm going to have to. It's really annoying, isn't it? I'm going to have to pause again because I just heard one of my doors bang, and you know what my dogs are like. I've had to do this before. I might get there in a minute. No, once again, no. I think they just wind me up, the dogs. I think they're going to do something and run away. This happened about the second or third episode of this, and couldn't find anything. Hegira, it's a. Oh, I love that album. I would really recommend going and listening to it. I don't know. Some people can access it, some people can't. But the first track, Coyote, is one of my favourite tracks, and then Song for Sharon. What a story! That's incredible. I love Joni. Love Joni. And Hegira are just stunning. They do that period of Joni's stuff really, a bit of Court and Spark, which is kind of another one of my favourite albums of hers, and that sort of series of albums. And the musicians are jazz musicians, and what they do, again, I think maybe I'm sort of finding something here, which is an interpretation rather than trying to play it exactly the same. They were stunning jazz musicians, and they played a couple of their own compositions of instrumental stuff, and it was so, yeah, the vibe was incredible. Amazing musicians, and she sounded great, but they didn't sound exactly like Joni Mitchell, but they were a tribute to Joni Mitchell, and I like that. Yeah, it's interesting. Maybe I'm finding, getting a bit of an idea here that there's a melding there, and you've got musicians there that want to do their own thing, but they love Joni Mitchell, and people love that, and I don't know. We head down a particular path or rabbit hole with all these things of this is what we'll do, and yeah, it's obviously not for me. I maybe it's because I can't do it. Maybe I just don't have the skill to. Well, I don't have that sort of skill. I couldn't take somebody that I loved and reproduce anything they did, because I haven't. It's not been a way that I've gone, not been the journey that I've been on, really. But I can write a song. I wrote a new song the other day. I was in such a buzz about it. I still am, actually. And it doesn't happen. I think I said actually on here maybe, but I wrote very quickly. There was verse, chorus, everything that was connected to the song, a break in the middle, everything. It just really just came bang, 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 and it's so rare, so rare. Usually I struggle constantly. I wrote all the words. I knew what I wanted to sing about. It's such a joy. But to come full circle, I really enjoyed it. Bruce Juice, I would recommend them, And if Bruce Juice ever come across this, do come and say hello, and know that I super respect you in every way. And whilst it's not what this podcast is about and what I want to do and what I'm talking about and advocating and being interested in, doesn't mean I don't have a huge respect and regard for what you do. Well, I felt like saying that, really. I don't want to upset anybody, really, because this is just about my angle of music, really, and why I do what I do. Yeah, I think that's about it, really. I don't know how long that is. I have an idea this is quite a short episode because maybe, you had to listen to me and Pav gabbing on the other day. That was the last one, I think, unless I changed the order, of course. But today was just a bit impromptu because I thought, well, I've actually been to see a tribute act. What did I think? What was I feeling when I watched it? Yeah, I think that'll do, really. So look, I will be back again at some point soon, either by myself or with somebody else. I haven't decided yet. And please do subscribe to the channel. Follow the band. I haven't said that for a few episodes, but #Music The Curve. Do come and have a listen to us. And if you follow us on Facebook, you'll see where we're playing. Love you to come and check us out if you're in the area at all. And so I'm going to go and I think I'm going to watch some Bruce on YouTube, actually. I'm in a bit of a Brucey mood at the moment. So, Bruce Springsteen, if you want to come and have a chat with me, wow, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? I'm sure that is not going to happen. So I have no idea. I still, a couple of weeks before this all starts going out, and I probably have 3 people watching if I'm lucky. So, I don't think Bruce will be coming. Of course, if Bruce wants to come on, then we can have a great chat about songwriting, and then I imagine my numbers would pick up a little bit. So come on, Bruce. It's only fair. It's only fair that you come and say hello, really. because you're one of only two tribute acts that I've ever been interested in going to see, you and Joni. So there you go. I don't know who else I'd see. There's a great guy who does a really good impression of David Bowie, but I was so connected to David Bowie in terms of music, I'm not sure I could do that. I have seen a couple of Genesis tribute acts. I saw, I can't remember what either of them are called, but I saw one that did old Genesis, Peter Grable Genesis, that I know I'm going back maybe 20 years ago. And it was an amazing experience, just I've never seen a tribute act. And just to see everybody singing along, and I thought, oh yeah, and I could get this. I could get a In a Moment of Time tribute act, maybe, like a band that would kind of go and play like old and the guy was the lead singer. He was dressing up in all the stuff Peter Gabriel used to, and he was yeah, they were amazing. And that music's so difficult. We were all singing along, top of our voices. It's amazing. I loved it. I did enjoy it. I can't deny. And then I saw a band that does sort of the more modern versions of Genesis and Phil Collins stuff and Michael and the Mechanics. And I'm not so. I have a soft spot, for. Oh, I love Phil Collins' first album, In the Air Tonight. Face Value, beg your pardon. It's again one of my favourite albums of all time. But yeah, I'm so about the rest. And Genesis, early, middle sections, later sections become very commercial, and I wasn't so into them. I'm still into them, but I wasn't so into them. So I didn't enjoy that band so much. But people did, people loved it, I get it. Right, I'm going to go and fire up the television, and I will see you all again soon. Okay.